Very different characters. Violet was an interesting one. That was one of my first shows that we did simuldub, so we were starting to work on it before it was fully out in Japan. So we didn't know what the whole story was going to be. And I remember I did as much research as I could before I went in, but there had only been one episode out. And I remember some people talking about the episode were like theorizing that she was a robot, but I didn't think she was a robot, which she's not. But I went in and I was like, do you think she's a robot, to the director? And she was like, no, we'll deal with that if that happens, but let's say no. And thankfully, no, she wasn't, so good. And that show is so beautiful and so sad. A lot of people ask if I cried when I was recording that show, and I actually had a problem with my sinuses, so I couldn't cry because I would sound like I was crying for the rest of the session, and they move so fast. So I've gotten that fixed now, and we did the movie, and I did cry doing that, and it was very exciting. But Kakegurui, she's crazy. She's such a crazy character. And when I first went in, I'd never worked with the director before. And I remember being nervous because I was like, okay, his first impression of me is going to be this absolutely crazy lady who's obsessed with gambling to the point where she just loses her mind. It was really fun. It was such a different experience from Violet. They were both so special to me in very different ways. And yeah, they're amazing. In the game Genshin Impact, I play this drunken bard boy, but he's actually a god named Barbados who's disguising himself as this drunken bard. And there was this super funny line that we recorded on an update where they started having them say things when they opened treasure chests. And one of his lines is, "Think Barbados." Wait a minute, because he like remembers that he is Barbados. And I thought that was so funny. I asked if I could record it so many different times because I had so many different ideas. And so when the game added it to the game, I was like, oh, which one did they pick? But yeah, that one's one of my favorites. And then always one that's forever my favorite, and people either love it or they hate it so much, is in Seven Deadly Sins. My character, her catchphrase I always say is, "Sir Meliodas!" And she stopped saying it in the last season, and I was very upset because she knew Meliodas so well that she just called him Meliodas, which I guess is good, but I missed saying my catchphrase all the time.
I like it when Venti imitates Paimon.
Oh, yeah.
Storm Terror.
It's stuck! I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.